excuse me if I don't understand racism? Yes, because racism is the dominant political and religious motivating force among the people of the planet in all 9 areas of activity: economics, education, entertainment, labor, law, politics, religion, sex, and war. That covers just about everything that any person, minute by minute, might be doing or engaged in any time of day or night, anywhere on the planet.
And now, Mr. Neely Fuller.
If you do not understand white supremacy, which is racism, what it is and how it works, everything else that you understand will only confuse you. Only confuse you. Only confuse you. I know you. I know your father, your grandfather. I had them in chains. You can get in each other's face. You can run around with your little 9mm killing each other. Don't you get in my face at all. I'll let you talk and act. Sometimes let you talk and act tough to me. But remember, I'm letting you do this. Because I don't have to let you do anything, including breathing. And nothing can stop me. And you don't know anybody who's big enough to do it. So quit acting. And that's what I say in the books that I've written. We need to stop being actors. We're always talking about keeping it real. That's black people in the Northwestern Hemisphere. But we're the most unrealistic people on the planet. Quietly looked upon as a bunch of jokes. But people talk nice to us because they don't want to be bothered with us. They'll talk nice, but at the same time in their thoughts, they couldn't think anything else except these people are just about completely worthless as any creatures can possibly be. And how do I say that? I'm talking about this is the voice of the white supremacists now. Because I have made them that way. The only way they get to be worth anything is when I make them worth something. I tell them what they're worth. They don't know. They don't even know what to do with themselves when they get up in the morning. Except what I tell them. Go here, go there. That's the only time they make sense. Other than that, they don't know anything. And proof of it is I can say, hey, I'm going to make some caps out of hubcaps. I got surplus hubcaps in my warehouse on some cars that I haven't even manufactured yet. And I don't know what to do with those surplus hubcaps. I don't want to throw them away. I got millions of them. But I got a bunch of black people out there who are just looking for something to do. They don't know what to do. They just look at this great big universe, a great big world. Look up and down the streets. They don't know what to do or where to go at any given moment. So I always, as usual, find something for them to do. So the next thing I'll do is the little money I've allowed them to have, I'm going to take these hubcaps that I ordinarily would put on some cars, and I'm going to say that they're no longer hubcaps, that they are hats. And I'll have all these millions of black people walking around with these hubcaps on their heads. And give it a fancy name like Zapsters. And people will be asking, what's a Zapster? Hey man, that's the new hats, man. You square, you don't know what's up. You don't know, you haven't bought you a Zapster yet? $800 a piece, man. I got 2 of them. My buddy got them at a discount. He works over there where they got the stuff stored. And some white supremacists, about 23 years old, right out of college, thought up the idea. We'll sell them to the black people. We don't have to throw them away. Call them zapsters. What's a zapster? That's a hat that black people wear. That's their identifying thing. They always need something to identify themselves with, as if their skin color doesn't identify them enough. They always got to have something artificial, something that I made up. Or if they make it up, I'll be the one who will control it and I'll sell it to them for the little money that I allow them to have. And have them out here killing each other and have them. And a name like Zapster would be appropriate too, because they'd be zapping other black people trying to get them. Put 5 shots in somebody and grab that Zapster. Keep it in the closet for about a week and then come out wearing it. A hubcap. That's the way millions of us think. Rather than say, wait a minute. I'm not doing nothing of the kind. I'm not going out and buying none of that stuff. I'm not going to even wear it if they give it to me. I'm going to start doing some thinking for the first time in my existence on my own. Well, there's a long list of suggestions that a non-white person can make to a white person about what a white person can do that's in the code book. But since I'm not looking at it directly right now, two of the things that are right at the top of that list. First of all, never, ever say anything to a non-white person that is not true. Because a lot of white people are always asking, or they're making statements rather, they're saying, black people are always marching and complaining and whining about this and whining, and they never give you any details about doing anything. They just say that we don't like the way things are. And they break windows and turn cars over and foam at the mouth and shout slogans and whatnot, but they never go into any details about what it is that they want us to do. They call us all these names, racists, white supremacists, bigots, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But they're not businesslike. They just believe in running up and down the street throwing things and yelling and insults and calling us names. And we white people who want to help don't know what to do because they're too busy calling us names and not going into any details, not acting like they're going to sit down and do business in a sane, methodical manner to solve their problems. They just say, we don't like it the way it is, and we are racist, and blah, 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 blah. So, the code approaches this, the counter-racist code, the suggestions that I make, because many times.
Good morning, everybody. Thank you for tuning into my channel called Take Heed to the Message with Abang Anwa. So before we get into the nitty gritty, I want to first give a shout out to Neely Fuller Jr. Somebody DM'd me this brother content today. And I was like, this is amazing. I'm gonna watch it for myself and then give it to, the masses, because when you learn something, my brothers and sisters, you pass it on. When you learn something, you pass it on. But the only problem with my culture is when you pass on something, you have to mix bullshit with it in order for them to get it. I don't know how I will mix bullshit in with this today, but I'll figure it out, okay? I'll figure it out. The title of this nonsense today is President Trump said the U.S. will take over Gaza Strip. Now, I'm going to share something with y'all. Up until this moment right now, Up until this moment right now, I never disagreed with President Trump to this moment right now. Okay? This is a war that has started before the Bible. And now a baby nation, because out of all the nations in the world, the United States is the baby. A baby nation is going to go in and get into something that has been since the beginning of time. A blood war that has been since the beginning of time. Because if we want to go biblical, okay? If we want to go biblical in this situation, this is Abraham making. And Sarah co-signed it. So now a baby nation is going into a family matter. And we want to go biblical. Going into a family matter, and we're going to take over what? We're going to do what? What we're going to do again? What we're going to do? What we're going to do again? We're going to take over what? The Gaza Strip. Who called you President Trump? Who called you, baby? Why? Why are we taking over the Gaza Strip? Who called you, baby? Who called you to do that? Oh my God. Who told you? Something that they've been fighting for since the beginning of time. That it is written in the holy word if we want to go biblical. If we want to go biblical. And so now you have signed us up. You have signed us up to take over Gaza Strip. Why? Why? Why are we doing that? These people have been warring since the beginning of time. Why are we doing that? A baby nation decided, oh, we gonna take over the Gaza Strip. Why? Listen, by far everything that Trump has done, I ain't got no problem. I ain't got no problem. You hear me? I ain't got no problem. Okay? I have no problem. I know some people gonna say, take heed, bitch. I ain't got no problem. But this right here, oh my God. Why? Why the Gaza Strip? Why are we in that? Why are we in that? I'm just saying. Now I know a lot of y'all may disagree with me. And that's your business. There's no problem with you disagreeing with me. But this right here, this is a problem for the United States. This has been going on since the beginning of time. Okay? This is Abraham and Sarah fault right here. Okay? This is Abraham and Sarah fault right here. We want to go biblical. This is not our fight. And so now we're taking over Gaza Strip. We're wiping a whole race out of Gaza Strip. Okay? Now listen. I know y'all gonna say this fat bitch here. Okay? I know y'all gonna say that. That's your business. That's your business. But my problem is why us? Why us? Why our children? You know what I'm saying? Why our children? You know what I'm saying? Why is it us? I knew something was strange when I saw Trump's demeanor and how the small hat captain came to see him. When I saw how the small hat captain sat up there in that chair all big and shit. Okay, this is the bullshit. I'm adding the bullshit now. all big and shit in that chair, and Trump was looking like something was wrong. Okay? He was looking like something was wrong. And then he hit us with the 1, 2, 3 and said the U.S. will be taking over Gaza Strip. He said the U.S. will be taking over the Gaza Strip. He said the U.S. will be taking over the Gaza Strip. Good morning, everybody. Thank you for tuning into my channel called Take Heed to the Message with Abanga Anwa. It just means Queen. Good morning to everybody that is in my chat. Good morning, Stephen, Brittany, Tara, 18. Oh my God. Who else we got in here? Skinny, what's going on, baby? Who else we got in here? The Common Sense Channel, how are you? Who else? Ellis, what's going on? Dr. Lewis, what's up? MC, how you doing? And let me see what else we got. Who else we got in here? Trying to greet everybody. Okay. All right, let's get into the foolery. Okay, to all the newcomers, how are you? Let's get into the foolery. So this was the breakdown. Here we go.
Died there and lived a miserable existence there. Instead, we should go to other countries of interest with humanitarian hearts, and there are many of them that want to do this, and build various domains that will ultimately be occupied by the 1.8 million Palestinians living in Gaza, ending the death and destruction and, frankly, bad luck. This could be paid for by neighboring countries of great wealth. It could be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 12. It could be numerous sites, or it could be one large site. But the people will be able to live in comfort and peace, and we'll make sure something really spectacular is done. They're going to have peace. They're not going to be shot at and killed and destroyed like this civilization of wonderful people has had to endure. The only reason the Palestinians want to go back to Gaza is they have no alternative. It's right now a demolition site. This is just a demolition site. Virtually every building is down. They're living under fallen concrete that's very dangerous and very precarious. They instead can occupy all of a beautiful area with homes and safety, and they can live out their lives in peace and harmony instead of having to go back and do it again. The U.S. will take over the Gaza Strip, and we will do a job with it too. We'll own it and be responsible for dismantling all of the dangerous unexploded bombs and other weapons on the site, level the site and get rid of the destroyed buildings, level it out, create an economic development that will supply unlimited numbers of jobs and housing for the people of the area.
So you're saying, let me make sure I got this right. You're saying that we're going to wipe out a whole bloodline, okay? Because you want them to, they can separate within 1 to 10 countries, okay? 12 countries. We're going to wipe out a whole bloodline, separate them to 1 to 10 to 12 countries. Maybe they can do a little settlement with all of them in one area. Okay, fine. Okay. Now, you want our children, American children. I said it now. Hey, Naomi, what's up, baby? American children, our soldiers, to go over there and clean all the traps and everything that's in the ground in the Gaza Strip. And clean up the area because it looks like a demolition area. This what you said, Mr. President. And so our children is supposed to go over there and clean up this whole Gaza area. Okay? Israel, the small hat people ain't gonna do nothing. I gotta be careful, y'all. You know, trigger words on YouTube. So the small hat people are not gonna do anything. Okay? But our children, American children, will be over there cleaning up this area. Okay? Now, I knew something looked strange when this whole thing started happening. Because the small hat captain was sitting up there all proud on a chair. Okay? And then you see Trump like he didn't look like himself. Okay? So we have entered in a negotiation. It doesn't look like a negotiation. Okay? It doesn't look like a negotiation. Okay? It looked like somebody said, this is what you gonna do. That's what it looked like. Good morning, Mrs. She said, how are you? That's what it looked like. Somebody walked up and said, this is what you're gonna do. So now we have signed up for this nonsense. Something that has started since the beginning of time. Okay? This war that even before the Bible, this war that they've been doing, you gonna go take a baby nation and put that's right, because we a baby. We a baby. The United States is a baby compared to all the other nations. Now, we might have the most powerful military, and we might bring in the most money, okay? But, well, we're going to say allegedly with the money because we borrow all the time from everybody, okay? But we're the smallest, we're the baby of the bunch. And so we going to get in there. We going to get in there, okay? We going to get in there, okay? Oh, that's right, 1948, that's right, because that's when they actually made this place, the small hat place. That's right, you're right. You're right. But I'm saying biblical how all this started from back when. We talking about when Abraham, okay, listened to Sarah ass, tell him some nonsense about Hagar, okay? Because all this stems from a bloodline. If we want to go biblical, this is what they told us. And we want to go biblical, okay? Now, you going to go get the baby nation, okay? The baby nation and be like, y'all clean this shit up. You know what I'm saying? Okay? That's like, listen, a grown person have vomited all over the place and shit. And then you go tell the baby that's 1 year old, okay? Okay? You go tell the baby that's 1 year old, you go clean up all the vomit and shit. What kind of nonsense? You know, sometimes I just want us to mind our business. Why can't we just mind our business? That's what I would love. That's what I would love. Because when shit happened to us over here, okay? When shit happened to us over here, do any other nation have anything to say? Do they say she? All they give us, oh, we sorry this happened to y'all. That's all. That's all we get. We sorry this happened to y'all. Oh, Tanya, I got something for you. I saw what you wrote. I got something for you. A lot of people gonna get mad with this show today. Now I'm gonna try to put a little bullshit in here. Excuse me. I'm gonna try to put a little bullshit in here because in our culture we never catch shit unless you put a little bullshit in here too. Then you catch it. Okay? So I'm gonna try to put a little bullshit in here, and we gonna work from there. Okay, we gonna work from there today. Cause if you don't put bullshit in it, you know, we don't catch it. We do not catch it. If it's no bullshit in here, we don't catch it. Check this out. Here we go.
Israel in the Bible is not the same Israel as today. And I know what you're thinking, and you're already jumping into conclusions, but hear me out. People are over here fighting and debating over a misunderstanding of what Israel actually means. They think that the modern Israel is the same as the Israel God promised in the Bible. It's not. In the Bible, Israel means two things. First, Israel was a person. In Genesis 32, Jacob wrestled with God, literally fought him all night long. And after that, God changed his name to Israel, which means he struggles with God. Second, Israel became a nation. Jacob's 12 sons became the 12 tribes of Israel, God's chosen people. But hear this out. They were not chosen because of their land. They were chosen because of God's promise. The nation of Israel existed under kings like David and Solomon. But guess what? They lost their land. They were exiled because they turned away from God. Fast forward today, Israel was founded in 1948 as a political state. But that's not the same as biblical Israel. It's not ruled by biblical law, not everyone there is a descendant of the 12 tribes, and the land does not define God's people. Faith does. So when people think that defending modern day Israel is the same as defending God's chosen people, no, you're missing the whole point of Scripture. God's Israel was never about land, but about a relationship with Him. But the Israel in the Bible is...
So my channel might drop today. Okay? Just want to advise y'all early. My channel might drop today. Okay? But I want to share something with y'all. Check this out. If they can get up on live TV in the news and say, we are going to move. We are going to move a whole bloodline out of a certain area. Okay? And not bat an eye. Do you understand? If someone can get up one day and say, we're going to take a whole bloodline out of this area and not bat an eye and say, it's bad luck for this bloodline to stay here. It is bad luck for this bloodline to stay here. And keep saying that. And they can take a whole bloodline and pull them out of that area. And then go in and change the area. Come on now, somebody. Come on now, somebody. Come on now, somebody. If you can go into an area and take out the whole bloodline, okay, and then come in and change the land. Come on now, somebody. I don't want to scare nobody. I don't want to scare y'all, because this is the thing. This is the thing right here, okay? We getting to start learning the shit behind the curtain, okay? We getting to start learning the shit behind the curtain. Something is not right, but I can't be saying this on YouTube, because listen, this is the thing. I'm not one of those channels that do conspiracy. I'm not. I get in here and I do bullshit. And then I put a little lesson in it so you can catch it. But today, this is too much today. So we might have to look behind the curtain. Okay? We might have to look behind the curtain. It's too much today. Because why would you think that this makes sense? Promoting conscious parenting with the Harrises. America's black. You said we got peace, be still, and money. President, a felon that sells sneakers. Yeah, you became what you hate. And America is black. Ooh, that's strong words. That's strong words, the Harrises. That's strong words. You became. That's strong words. Hold on. Hold on, give me 1 minute. That's strong words. Oh my God, that's strong words. Let me put a little bullshit with it. Hold on, that's strong. Harris says, I appreciate you. So since the Harrises have put something in there, and like I told y'all, anytime we learn something, you have to put a little bullshit in there. You got to put a little bullshit in there. I want to share something with y'all. This is the gospel truth that I'm about to tell you. I had no problem with the shit Trump was doing before. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna sit in here and tell you any stories. I had no problem with the shit Trump was doing before. I'm not gonna lie to you. I had none. No problem. Okay? No problem at all. Wanna know why? Because the Dems was doing the worst to our bloodline. I had no problem. Okay? Until last night. Until last night. Because why are we going here again? You know what I'm saying? Why are we taking that over? We got enough shit going on right now in the United States. Why are we doing this? You know, I know some of y'all is, y'all pro the small hat people. And I ain't got no problem with that. I ain't got no problem with that. That's not my business. But why are we here again? Why are we doing this? Okay? Our children are going over there in a land full of landmines and all this stuff that they got to dismantle. Okay? This was not our fight. This not our shit. Okay? But where our children are going over there to clean up all that shit. Just like I gave y'all the analogy of how a grown person just vomited all over the floor, and you tell the 1-year-old baby to go and clean up all that shit that's on the floor. What kind of nonsense? Now I know right now, my channel may not be up tomorrow. My channel may not be, because we gonna go into some shit today. My channel may not be. But at least I ain't lying. This is nonsense. Why are we doing this? Why are we doing this? Listen, I'm going to share something with you. Why is it us? Why is it us? We are the baby. The United States is a baby compared to all the other nations. Why not somebody else? Why is it us? Why is it not Britain? Why is it not France? Why is it us? So we're going to go in because the land is unlucky to the people who live there. This is what y'all heard on the news. The land is unlucky. So we're going to go in and take the whole bloodline out of that land and dismantle everything, clean up everything, and then rebuild. Why? Why? Why are we adding another bill to what we got going on here? Why? Some of our states are in trouble. They're still in trouble. Some of our cities are tore up and everything. They're still in trouble. And so we have signed a check with no amount on it. We just signed a check with no amount on the check. You know what I'm saying? We just signed a check with no amount on the check. I'm not even, listen, this is the thing. I'm talking about money and our children's life. Do you hear what I'm saying? Y'all sending them into a landmine to clean it out. What is going on? Why us? Why us? Why us? Why not Britain? Why not France? Why us? Do you know that America gives out so much money in aid to foreign countries? Did y'all know? They give so much money in aid to Africa. Did y'all know? Did y'all know they give so much money into aid to Africa? This is no hate to my brothers and sisters in Africa. There's no hate to them. But the reparations that African Americans are looking for is the money that is being sent to Africa. Africa should not need money from America. What do you need money from us for? They shouldn't. Why? When you have every type of resource that is under your feet, every type of resource to make Africa what it was. Why are we giving them money? Why? This is the uncomfortable truth. When some of the money is being used for bullshit, they're not aiding nothing. The money is being used for bullshit. Nobody is accounting for that money. There's no watchdog that is watching that money. Nobody is watching where that money goes. How do we give foreign aid to so many nations? And it's not just Africa. So many people we give aid to, but y'all don't send a watchdog to watch that money. So everybody can do what they want to do with that money. This is the uncomfortable truth. We send money to everybody. Everybody we send money to. Why? So that you can go to their nation and do bullshit in here and nobody say nothing? One thing I told y'all, and I'm going to always say this. America is a big titty bitch with blonde hair, a cowboy hat, cowboy boots, mini skirt, a pack of Newports in one breast, $1,000 in the other breast, a 40 in one hand, and a cigar in the other hand, riding on 20s. She doesn't move unless she knows that it's something in that nation that she needs. What is over there? What is over there? Y'all want to take over the Gaza Strip? What's over there? What's there? Y'all don't move unless there's something in there. What is over there? Now, Tanya's right. That's true. That's true. The thing is that why is our money going in? We don't care about the other nations who is giving money, but why is our money going over there? Why is our money going over there? I don't care about all other nations who's giving aid. Why is our money going over there? Why do our money has to go over there? Why do our money have to help all these other nations? Why are we proxying every damn thing? Why are we proxying every damn thing? When we proxy stuff, people get to come tell you, I ain't get all the money that Congress promised me. Mind you, your wife was in France shopping and shit, okay? Your wife was in France shopping and shit, and your nation is on fire, okay? But you get to come and say, I ain't get all the money that I was promised. You the president of another nation. I didn't get all the money I was promised. You was promised why? You was promised why? Why do we proxy every damn thing that is foolish? Why can't we just mind our business? I just want us to mind our business. Let us mind our business. Because right here, y'all see the title. This shit right here is a problem for us. This shit right here is a problem for us. Okay? This is a problem. Okay? The small hat people have been battling these people for God knows how long. This is a problem for us. Do you hear what I'm saying? This is the type of shit that calmed down and then it rev back up like it never goes away. And so now you want Americans to go over there. You want us to go over there. And do what? And do what? And do what? You want us to do what? Why? Why us? Why our children? This will not be a 1-2, thank you, ma'am. This will not be a 1-2. You have locked us into something that is a lifetime. Sir, you have locked us into something that is a lifetime. Brian for the $9.99 super chat. Brian said, that was nasty, my sister. That was nasty, my sister. I said the same thing. I said the same thing. It was nasty. You have locked us into something that is a lifetime. We will never get out this bitch. We will never get out this bitch. You have locked us into something that is a lifetime. We in trouble. We in trouble. Now listen to me. I know some of y'all gonna say this bitch. Now listen. In the beginning, I ain't had no problem. I ain't had no problem. All the stuff Trump was doing, I ain't had. This is my problem right here. This is our problem right here. Because money talks and bullshit walks. All you got to do is look at where the money come from. And that's where the decisions of America are being made. Wherever the money comes from. Wherever the money comes from. That's how you know where the decisions are being made. That we haven't seen anything yet. I already know. I know. I already know. We ain't seen nothing yet. I know. We're agreeing on live TV, okay? On live TV, that we're going to go and take out a whole bloodline from an area. We're going to wipe them from this area. And we're going to separate them between 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 nations. I don't understand. I'm confused. I don't understand. Why? Why again?
That's a lot of press. Congratulations, you bring them out. You really bring them out. Today, I'm delighted to welcome Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu back to the White House. It's a wonderful feeling and a wonderful event. We had fantastic talks, and thank you very much with your staff. He's the first foreign head of state to visit during our administration, and Bibi, I want to say it's an honor to have you with us. Over the past 4 years, the U.S. and the Israeli alliance has been tested more than any time in history. But the bonds of friendship and affection between the American and Israeli people have endured for generations, and they are absolutely unbreakable. They are unbreakable. I'm confident that under our leadership, the cherished alliance between our two countries will soon be stronger than ever. We had a great relationship. We had great victories together 4 years ago. Not so many victories over the past 4 years, however. In my first term, Prime Minister and I forged a tremendously successful partnership that brought peace and stability to the Middle East like it hadn't seen in decades. Together, we defeated ISIS. We ended the disastrous Iran nuclear deal, one of the worst deals ever made, by the way, and imposed the toughest ever sanctions on the Iranian regime. We starved Hamas and Iran's other terrorist proxies, and we starved them like they had never seen before. Resources and support disappeared for them. I recognized Israel's capital, opened the American embassy in Jerusalem, and got it built, by the way. Built it too, just not only designated it, but got it built at a price that nobody's seen for 40 years. We got it built, it's beautiful, all Jerusalem stone, right from nearby, and it's something that's very special. And recognized Israeli sovereignty over the Golan Heights, something that they talked about for 70 years, and they weren't able to get it, and I got it. And with the historic Abraham Accord, something that was really an achievement that was, I think, going to become more and more important because we achieved the most significant Middle East peace agreements in half a century, but the Abraham Accords in particular, and I really believe that many countries will soon be joining this amazing peace and economic development transaction. It really is a big economic development transaction. I think we're going to have a lot of people signing up very quickly. Unfortunately, for 4 years, nobody signed up. Nobody did anything for 4 years except in the negative. Unfortunately, the weakness and incompetence of those years, those past 4 years, the grave damage around the globe that was done, including in the Middle East, grave damage all over the globe. The horrors of October 7th would never have happened if I were president. The Ukraine and Russia disaster would never have happened if I were president. Over the past 16 months, Israel has endured a sustained, aggressive, and murderous assault on every front, but they fought back bravely. You see that, and you know that. What we have witnessed is an all-out attack on the very existence of a Jewish state in the Jewish homeland. The Israelis have stood strong and united in the face of an enemy that has kidnapped, tortured, raped, and slaughtered innocent men, women, children, and even little babies. I want to salute the Israeli people for meeting this trial with courage and determination and unflinching resolve. They have been strong. In our meetings today, the Prime Minister and I focused on the future, discussing how we can work together to ensure Hamas is eliminated and ultimately restore peace to a very troubled region. It's been troubled, but what's happened in the last 4 years has not been good. I want to thank Prime Minister Netanyahu for working closely with my transition team, the special envoy, Steve Witkoff, who's here somewhere. Steve? Stand up, Steve, please. What a job you've done. What a good job you've done. Proud of you. Done a fantastic job. National Security Advisor Mike Waltz. Thank you, Mike, for working so well with us. Thank you. We have, in addition, Marco Rubio, who is on the phone right now, listening to every single word that we say, and he's going to be great. And Pete, congratulations. And Scott, congratulations. I see you're here. And Caroline's been doing a great job. She's really probably talked about more than anybody here. She's done a fantastic job, and thank you very much, Caroline. We're proud of you. But we'll only be satisfied when all of these problems are solved, and we have the team to solve them, and that's going to happen. And it's going to happen, I think, very quickly. I also strongly believe that the Gaza Strip, which has been a symbol of death and destruction for so many decades, and so bad for the people anywhere near it, and especially those who live there, and frankly, who's been really very unlucky. It's been very unlucky. It's been an unlucky place for a long time. Being in its presence just has not been good, and it should not go through a process of rebuilding and occupation by the same people that have really stood there and fought for it and lived there and died there and lived a miserable existence there. Instead, we should go to other countries of interest with humanitarian hearts, and there are many of them that want to do this, and build various domains that will ultimately be occupied by the 1.8 million Palestinians living in Gaza, ending the death and destruction and, frankly, bad luck. This can be paid for by neighboring countries of great wealth. It could be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 12. It could be numerous sites, or it could be one large site. But the people will be able to live in comfort and peace, and we'll make sure something really spectacular is done. They're going to have peace. They're not going to be shot at and killed and destroyed like this civilization of wonderful people has had to endure. The only reason the Palestinians want to go back to Gaza is they have no alternative. It's right now a demolition site. This is just a demolition site. Virtually every building is down. They're living under fallen concrete that's very dangerous and very precarious. They instead can occupy all of a beautiful area with homes and safety, and they can live out their lives in peace and harmony instead of having to go back and do it again. The U.S. will take over the Gaza Strip, and we will do a job with it too. We'll own it and be responsible for dismantling all of the dangerous unexploded bombs and other weapons on the site, level the site and get rid of the destroyed buildings, level it out, create an economic development that will supply unlimited numbers of jobs and housing for the people of the area.
America will be responsible for leveling the site. America will be responsible for cleaning up the area. America will be responsible I'm going to share something with y'all. A lot of people believe that this is not biblical. A lot of us who were raised this way, we believe that it was biblical. Now, I, in turn, believe that it's biblical. Okay? Because I was raised this way. And if you were not raised this way, you would not believe that it's biblical. Okay? I'm not here judging anybody's take on it. Okay? That's how you feel, and that's all right with you. Okay? But how I feel is that this is how I was raised, this is how I was taught, that this is biblical. But my problem is that why us? Why us? Why us? It's like somebody ran up in here and was like, you gonna do this. You gonna do this. That's what it looked like to me. That's what it looked like. Because why are we doing that? Why are we doing that? You're going to take a whole bloodline out of an area and move them and separate them to different nations. And we're going to come in, level the place, get all the stuff that's in the ground that's not supposed to be there. And we're going to fix the place up and create jobs and stuff like that. When we got shit to do here, we got shit to do here in America. And listen, I'm not hating on nobody else. I'm not hating on any other nation, background, wherever you come from. I'm not hating. But my question is, why is it us that's doing it? Why is it us? The baby of all the nations, why is it us? Because this is what you said to us, America comes first. This is what you said. I'm going to share something with y'all. This is the uncomfortable truth. I'm tired of helping other nations. I'm not going to lie to you. I don't want to lie to you, but I'm tired. Excuse me. I know it's heartless for me to say that, but I'm tired of helping other nations. I'm tired. Oh, you supposed to have a heart. These nations are going through all, and our children, there's children here in America that goes hungry sometimes. There are children and families that live out on the street. There are a lot of Americans that can't make it day to day. Okay? There are a lot of Americans that are suffering through, living paycheck to paycheck. But we out here helping other nations get their shit together. Why? Why? I want to share something with y'all that some of y'all may not understand. A lot of nations can't stand us. They can't stand us one bit. But y'all motherfuckers be the same ones that be out here, y'all be marching and shit with them. We marching and shit. You got the flag, you got their flag up. You got their flag up. You're out there marching. You look like a damn fool. You look like a fool. Because even the migrants out here with their own flag from their nation. Okay? But you out there, you Americans who were born here. You were born here. Your bloodline started here. Okay? We're not going to say started here. But we're going to say if your bloodline started on a ship, okay, and your bloodline was labeled cargo, okay, I'm talking to you. I'm talking to you. I'm talking to you. I don't care about nobody else. I'm talking to the people who look like me. I'm talking to you. Okay? You out here marching and shit with other people's flags and shit, talking about freedom. Now I'm talking to the rest of America. Okay? All y'all out here marching with other nations, talking about freedom. They give y'all a word that you don't even understand. You didn't ask no meaning. You didn't ask what's the meaning of this word that we're chanting in New York? What's the meaning of this word? Nobody asks. Nobody asks. Y'all just walking around copying this word. You don't know what the meaning is. It means the fall of America. Y'all didn't even know. Y'all just out there saying this damn word and marching with their flag and shit. Okay? Y'all sign up for every motherfucking thing. Everything. Y'all sign up for it. Okay? Until some bad shit happens to us. Nobody say nothing. Nobody don't look. They act like they don't see nothing. Nothing. This is what I want y'all to do. Y'all Americans. My brothers and sisters, no matter what color you are. Stay the fuck out of these rallies and shit. Mind your business. Same people out here, you marching with their flag. You are American. You were born here. You're marching with their flag. Talking about freedom. Freedom what? Freedom what? Freedom what? You talking about freedom what? We all decided, okay? We all decided that what? We want America to come first. No matter if you Democrat or Republican, we decided we want America to come first. Is this America coming first? Is this America coming first? This is not America coming first. This is not America coming first. We are supposed to go and help the small hat people do nonsense. And if we want to go biblical, they're doing nonsense to their brother. If we're going to go biblical, this is what we're looking at. You want us, excuse me, we're going to sign up. We already signed up because he said it on TV. We're going to go help the small hat people do something to their bloodline, okay, if we want to go biblical, to go wipe out half of their bloodline and take them and scatter them amongst 12 nations. Did we not all decide as a collective that we wanted America to come first? Did we not all get in here and be like, we want America to come first? But the first thing we hear is that we got to go help the small hat people. Our babies are going to go over there. And the same thing that these people been fighting for God knows how long, we have joined. Our babies are going to keep going over there dying. And so we supposed to be okay with that. We supposed to be okay with that. And like Ellis keeps saying, Ellis said again, we haven't seen anything yet. Now, Ellis, I don't know if to take that in a good way or a bad way. I don't know, Ellis. You got to tell me. Again, we haven't seen anything yet. Ellis, you got to tell me. Is that a good thing or is that a bad thing that we haven't seen anything yet? Because what I foresee is that this is a problem. This is a problem. That's what it looked like to me. This looked like a problem. I ain't trying to say, oh, this is doomsday. I'm not one of those ones that say that this is doomsday. I'm not one of those.
Strip, which has been a symbol of death and destruction for so many decades and so bad for the people anywhere near it, and especially those who live there, and frankly, who's been really very unlucky. It's been very unlucky. It's been an unlucky place for a long time. Being in its presence just has not been good. And it should not go through a process of rebuilding and occupation by the same people that have really stood there and fought for it and lived there and died there and lived a miserable existence there. Instead, we should go to other countries of interest with humanitarian hearts, and there are many of them that want to do this, and build various domains that will ultimately.
How do y'all know that there are many of them who want to leave their homeland? How do y'all know that? How do y'all know that? That they want to leave their homeland? Because if you ask the small hat people, do they want to leave their homeland? They're going to tell you no. Even though the place right now, it looks terrible. It looks terrible. How do you know that they don't want to be there no more? Because nobody will ask the small hat people this. I'm going to share something with y'all. When I heard about LBJ, right? And I learned the story about him. This man was a problem for the United States. He was a big problem. Because he had one agenda in mind. And everything that him and how the thing that was instilled in him from his auntie and his mother and father and stuff like that growing up, this man was a problem. He had a mission. And right now, in this day and time, his mission came to fruition. I hope I said that correctly. It came to reality. What this man wanted to do came to reality. But yet we're still out here talking about the Dr. King dream come true. We still out here questioning the Dr. King dream come true. Everything that is going on right now, LBJ wanted all this to happen. I hope I'm saying his initials correctly. We have walked ourselves into some shit. And the person who walked us into this shit, they know what's about to go happen. They know what's going to happen. They know. You know what I'm saying? They know what's going to happen. The person who walked us into this shit, they knew before they got off the plane and got to the White House, they knew before they even got on the plane what they was going to say. They knew what they was going to say. Because what it looked like to me is that they got off the plane, they got into the White House, and they said, this is what you going to do. This is what you going to do. And because this same person or persons pump so much money, you hear what I'm saying? Follow the money. They pump so much money that nobody in Congress will say this don't make sense. Nobody in Congress will stand up and say this does not make sense. Nobody. Because they're scared. They're not going to say nothing. They're not going to say she. They're not going to say nothing. Even the black churches ain't going to say nothing. Even the black churches ain't going to say nothing. You know what the black churches are doing right now? You want to know what they doing right now? They talking about let's get out here and boycott Target. Let's get out here and boycott. They distracting y'all, the smoke and mirrors. Let's get out here and boycott Walmart. Let's get out here and boycott this. Let's get out here and boycott that. Okay? Even the pastor yesterday, okay? Even the pastor yesterday went to Walmart. Let me make sure I get his name right. Even the pastor yesterday went to Walmart. Oh, not Walmart. Target. Went to Target yesterday. Filled up 2 carts. Okay? 2 carts of whatever he wanted to buy. Okay? Went in here, filled them up. Let this young lady, okay? Let this young lady ring everything up. And then he turned around and said to her, excuse me, he turned around and said to her, I'm mad with DEI. Do you know who DEI is? That's what he asked her. Okay? It was Pastor Carlton Lynch. Okay? That's his name. Pastor Carlton Lynch. I hope I said his name correctly. Said to this young lady, I'm mad with DEI, and so I'm not going to buy none of this stuff that you rung up. Then he walks out. Somebody's filming him. He walks out, okay, and says, that's what you got to do. When you boycott, you got to put some inconvenience with it. That's stupid, sir. That's stupid. I don't know who told you that that made sense, but you supposed to be a man of God. That's stupid. That's stupid. That is stupid. That's why let me share something with you. When the Bible say that Yahweh said, do not touch my anointed and do my prophet no harm, he not talking about none of y'all pastors here right now. He ain't talking about none of y'all. Like there's some pastors that you scared to say something about them because you know that they in the right lane. They doing the right thing. You just don't say nothing. Okay? But no. All y'all do nonsense. So that's why people like me who are heathens, okay? Yes, I call myself a heathen, okay? People like me who are heathens can come up and say, nah, that ain't right. That ain't right. That's stupid. That's stupid. No, wait a minute. That's stupid right there. Why would you go, and this is the thing that irks my nerve with us. This is the thing that irks my nerve with us. Why would you think that makes sense to go and do that? Because DEI, no matter what anybody tell y'all, DEI was not for us. DEI, we were the last on the totem pole to get any benefits from DEI. But all y'all Negroes, okay, that's right, I called y'all Negroes. All y'all Negroes out here fighting for DEI, but DEI, we're the last to receive it. Everybody else gets it, but we're the last to get it. And it's supposed to have been for us. And y'all mad that these other companies are like, no, we're not going to do it no more. That's their business. That doesn't mean you lost your job. That doesn't mean you lost your job. This pastor went in there, he thought he was doing something. Then you got Jamal Bryant up here on a pulpit. This how you know nobody ain't holy no more. He on a pulpit talking about that's right. We gonna do this to Target. Why? Why? You in God's house. And you talking about doing all this nonsense. Why? When you know DEI was not even for us. A lot of y'all get in here and y'all want to know, you know, was Martin Luther King a good man? Was he, a man of substance? Let me share something with you. Martin by himself is better than all these wayward pastors that do nonsense, that lead people into foolery. Why? Even Martin himself said, in his ending days, he said, I have led my bloodline into a burning house. He even, if Martin understood right there, if they would have just let him, if he would have just lived a little longer, he could have changed so many things. Because Y'all pastors, y'all know y'all leading us into a burning house. But because you got that mean green, you continue to push us into a burning house. Where you know that DEI is not for us. You know DEI is not for us. It never was meant for us. They said it was for us, but it was never meant. That's why when you hear people say, oh, they're going to drop DEI, everybody got excited because they thought it was for the black people. That's right, but it wasn't. It wasn't. All the other races got it except us. We got it at the last when they had no choice. Jay LaRaw for the $5 super chat. Jay LaRaw says, Pastor Bryant called for a 30-day fasting, no shopping at Target. No shopping at Target. Okay? No shopping at Target. He said, no shopping at Target. We're going to do a 30-day fasting. When we all know what fasting is for. We all know what it's for. But we're doing a 30-day fasting for Target. Now, good morning, Grace. I see you, baby. How you doing? It's good to see you. Can you just, it irks my nerve because we sit up here and you're, this is the thing. I always tell y'all the smoke and mirrors, okay? The smoke and mirrors is what everybody watch. They don't watch the shit that's behind the curtain. Nobody cares because the smoke and mirrors is making you, pay attention to that. Who gives a fuck what Target does? Who cares about what Walmart does? You know what happened? Y'all ain't get those checks yet. Y'all ain't get those checks. Y'all ain't get those checks yet for the income tax. Y'all ain't get that shit yet. Okay? And that's why, because that money gonna itch out your hand. That's why. See, y'all ain't get that money yet, but I'ma kid you not. I hope somebody in Walmart take a good video of seeing all y'all motherfuckers in Walmart buying TVs every year. Y'all get out there and buy the same motherfucking TV you bought last year. Or bigger. You got a 70-something inch now, you're going to get something else and shit. Oh no, they got a newer model. Let me go in here. Some of y'all get in Walmart, you spend $2,000-$3,000. Know how I know? Because I be doing that shit too. Okay? I be doing that shit too. Do you think I'm going to be out there boycotting like y'all doing right now? I'm not going to do that shit. I'm going to still go to Walmart and shop. I don't do Target. But shout out to Target. Okay? I'm still going to go to Walmart and buy black-owned stuff from them. I'm still going to go to Walmart and buy my shit that I do. I like Walmart. Okay? If y'all want to do some boycott, let's do something that benefits our community. Okay? Go in there and buy shit that's black-owned. Help those businesses that are black-owned. You want the boycott sign? Go buy a car from a black-owned business. Go buy products from a black-owned business. You want to boycott something? That's what you do. That's what you do. Go buy stuff from a black-owned business. That's what you do. You want to buy black-owned? That's what you do. Because y'all get with the smoke and mirrors and y'all forget to see what's going on behind the curtain. They're going to take a whole race. Okay? They're going to take a whole race, a whole bloodline, and pull it out of there. And then level the land and send our children, and I'm saying America, every color, sending our children over there to guard the land. What kind of shit? What happened? How How that's going to happen again? What happened? Jay LaRoe said, I got black folks on my route getting Target delivered, Amazon, and Walmart. And wanna know why? Wanna know why? Because listen, this why. Because they scared to be in Walmart. I'm going to walk my happy ass in Walmart once I get my allowance. Okay? Yes, don't try to make me feel bad. Yes, I get an allowance from my husband. Okay? Because I'm not good with money. Okay? I always not been good with money. Yes, I get an allowance. When I go get my money, I'm going to Walmart. I'm going to Walmart. I'm going there. I'm gonna walk my happy ass. Okay? And I'm going to Walmart. Yes, I am. I'm gonna walk slow, but I'm gonna walk. I'm walking there. I'm walking right through there. Take my time through every aisle. Yes, I am. Y'all have signed up for the wrong shit. Y'all signed up for the wrong shit. Let's talk about all the name brand shit that we wear for no reason. Let's talk about that shit. Let's talk about all the name brand stuff that we wear for no reason. Okay? No, we can't talk about that. Let's talk about all the deletions that has happened since the 1970s. No, we can't talk about that. We can't talk about that. Let's talk about how all black women have put in their mind, not all of us, some of us, have put in their mind, we don't need black men. Let's talk about that. No, we're not going to talk about that. Okay? Let's talk about why all the prisons are filled, okay, with single mother children. We're not going to talk about that. We're not going to talk about that. We're not going to talk about that. Let's talk about how a woman will get out here and have 10 to 11 children, okay? 10 to 11 children, one on the way, and she got about 7, 8 baby daddies. No, we're not going to talk about that. 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 Let's talk about how a lot of our children get into CVS and Walgreens and the 99-cent store and they stealing. We're not going to talk about that. We're not going to talk about that. We ain't going to talk about that. Okay, let's talk about how the black man is needed in the home. No, we ain't going to talk about that. We're not going to talk about that because the black woman is strong. We're not going to talk about that. We ain't going to talk about none of that stuff. We ain't going to talk about none of that stuff. None of that stuff we going to talk about. But we going to get in here and talk about Walmart and Target and Amazon. We going to talk about, we got to boycott them. We got to boycott them. We going to talk about that. Black people, we sign up for the dumbest shit. I'm sorry, we do. We do. We always getting in here. Excuse me. We get in here. We look at the smoke and mirrors. We never look behind the curtain. We just pay attention to bullshit. Okay? We just pay attention to bullshit. We don't pay attention to nothing else. Nothing that helps our community. Nothing that helps us. But we'll get out here. And we will be protesting. Okay? We'll get out here and we protest. We want better. We get out here, we protest. Oh no, we want better. We want better. But this is the same thing we've been chanting for God knows how long. Same thing we've been chanting.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
And that was
long time ago. And the cry was jobs and justice. In the March on Washington in 1963, the cry was jobs and justice. In the 20-year anniversary of the March on Washington, the cry was jobs and justice. We are now in 2010. And what is the cry? Jobs and justice. Well, wait a minute. How long are you going to sit around begging white people to do for us what we have the power to do for ourselves? An agenda is a program, a schedule, a timetable, a plan, a list, a scheme to accomplish a certain result. We have come up with black agendas
All the time.
but we've been looking to the wrong people to fulfill our agenda.
All the time. All the time. We come up with agendas, but we look to the wrong people to make it happen. When we gotta look towards ourselves. Thank you to the Honorable Louis Farrakhan. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? No, what we do, we get in here, we separate ourselves now, okay? You African American, okay? You African American, you African, we separate ourselves now, okay? You Haitian, okay? There you go. Jamaican, yes. And then we get in here and we fight. We fight about who created hip hop. That's what we do. We get in here, we fight. Oh no, you're not African American. Do you know how many people have gotten here and told me because the way I dress? You're not African American. How can you sit up there and tell somebody what they are not? You know what I'm saying? Like, oh no, you're not. You don't know me from a can of paint. All you know is I come up here on social media and I talk shit. And because every 10 years we rename ourselves, okay? We're the only culture that don't know what we are. Every 10 years we get up here and rename ourselves. And it ain't like we ain't, and listen, we done it again. We done it again. You know why we fell? Do you want to know why the black community always fell? You want to know why? Anybody want to know why the black community always fell? It's because we don't know that we need each other. We still stuck on the alphabets A and B. We don't know. We need each other. That's why anytime somebody come up with a new label, we snatch it down. That's right. That's right. That's what I am. That's what I am. You got black people, African American people fighting with other African American people to tell you who you are. It's all over social media. We out here fighting about who is who. Who is who? You know how African American people know themselves? Do you know how we know ourselves? Do you know how we know we African American? Because someone in your family told you who was the owner of your family. Somebody in your family told you who was the slave owners that own your family. Passed down from generation to generation. I was told who owned my family. I carried the last name for many years before I got married. I was told who owned my family. But some of y'all will get in my comments, oh, your name is African name. You have of course I got married. I got married. My name is supposed to change. You coming at me because you're worried about if I'm not African American. So you don't think that what I'm saying makes sense. How stupid are you? How stupid are you? If the message makes sense, then understand it if the message makes sense. I didn't say you got to run with it. But if I'm not out here telling you, if I'm out here, this is what I want you to understand is take heed to the message. If somebody out here telling you that black men ain't shit, black men ain't gonna never be shit, black men never was shit, and they telling you, sis, get your coins, that's the enemy. Excuse me. That's the enemy right there. Any content creator that will get up here and tell you, you don't need no man, men ain't shit, men ain't gonna never be shit, black men ain't shit, black men never was shit. If you get any content creator that get in here and say that shit, that's the enemy. But if you get a content creator in here that will tell you that we need each other, love your brother, you need him to survive. You need him. Stop saying that, stop saying that I can do bad all by myself. Stop saying I don't need no man to raise my children. Stop saying I want to be a single mother. If a content creator get in here and tell you some shit like that, follow that person. Follow that person. They got some good shit for you. Follow that person. They're trying to give you some good. Anybody that get in here and tell you, you don't need no man. You don't need no man. You don't need nobody. And will get out here and dog walk black men. Run. This person has one or two agendas. Okay? One or two things is wrong with this person. And here come the bullshit I was talking about earlier. One or two things is wrong with this person. Either this person is broken or she eat pussy. That's one or two things that be wrong with some of these content creators today that will get in here and tell you nonsense. That's one or two things. She broken or she out here eating pussy. And she wants you to sign up for the team. We don't know that we need each other, so we get in here and create division amongst us. We'll get in here and create division amongst us. And the powers that be just sit in here and just watch. The powers that be sit in here and just watch us create all types of nonsense and do foolery amongst each other. That's all. That's all. That's all you see. It's total nonsense. Because that's what they want you to do. That's what they want you to do. They want you to do nonsense. Because I'm going to share something with you. If you get together, you become a problem. If you unite, you become a problem.
Code, the suggestions that I make. Because many times they're telling the truth about that. Back in the 1960s, some white people were asking that same question. Just in that way. What do you want us to do? Name something. And they just say, well, what do you want? See, they use that word want. And I remember in one instance, their answer was, from a group of black people, was, well, what do we want? What do you got? Okay? And everybody laughed. See, but it's no laughing matter. I mean, when it comes right down to when the rubber meets the road. So the first order of business, I thought about that. That's why I started putting it in the book. Oh, when they ask you a specific question, what do you want? And you want to get into specifics, say, well now, first thing we want is don't ever say anything to a non-white person that's not true. Now, a lot of people will say, well, we want housing, we want better jobs, we want et cetera, et cetera. We can get to that later. That's on the list, too. But top of the list is don't say anything to a non-white person that's not true. Why? Why is that in the textbook for victims of white supremacy, right at the top of the list of what you say to white people when they ask, what do you people want? Why is that at the top of the list? Because white supremacy thrives on falsehood. This is the first thing they do when they get ready to mess over people. They start saying things that are not true and get people to believe it in all areas of activity: economics, education, entertainment, labor, law, politics, religion, sex, and war. The white supremacists make sure that they have a whole arsenal, a whole warehouse of things that they say that are not true. Because when you fool people, you got them. When you got people completely dizzy, walking around, with a head full of non-truths. Everything you have said to them, or most of the things you have said, have turned out not to be true at all. That person is just groggy right from the lies that they're getting, all right, the non-truths. So the first order of business, don't say anything. If you want to really help, don't say anything ever to a non-white person. If you're a white person, don't say anything ever to a non-white person that is not true. Make sure that what you are saying is absolute truth. Don't say anything ever that's not true. And number two, because I named two things. That's the first one. Number two, right at the top of the list. And these two things will go a long ways. Don't say anything that's not true. And number two is don't withhold constructive information. The minute, on a job or anywhere else, the minute you get that constructive information, pass it on to a needy, a non-white person who is in need. That information, and they don't have that information, is constructive information. Don't withhold constructive information. Don't keep it to yourself. Or pass it on to other white people and skip over the non-white people. Don't do that. In fact, make it a priority to give it to the person who needs it most. And in many cases, I'll say, probably in most cases, it'll be a non-white person that needs that constructive information. Constructive information goes a long ways. Information is power. Constructive information is power all over the world. All right? So don't withhold constructive information. The white supremacists are skillful at doing that. They'll give you a whole bunch of information, but it'll be non-constructive. They'll rush to give a non-white person a whole bunch of ideas, a whole bunch of information to send them down a path that's headed for destruction.
Ellis said, but what we do is hold the information. We do. We do. Even when it comes to content creation. Most of us black content creators in here, right? If you find out something, you don't pass it to the masses. I learned that. I learned that on my own. It was something that I learned that YouTube was doing, right? Okay. I came out and before I came out and told anybody, right? I DM'd all the content creators that I rock with, okay? I DM'd every last one of them, okay? Don't you know some of them DM me back and said, take heed, I already know. Take heed, I already know. I said, what? That's why when I find out something, I just come and I tell y'all, content creators, this is what you do. Get on your phone. Get on your phone. Okay? Get on your phone. You're going to get more views. You're going to be able to get seen. Your channel going to get bigger. Get on your phone. That's what I did. Came and told everybody that. Other content creators I rock with, they didn't say one word. Some of them, I don't rock with them no more. But they ain't say nothing. They ain't say nothing. I said, anytime I learn something, I'm going to get out here. I'm going to tell y'all because I want you to know. Why hold the information? If I win, I want somebody else to win. Another thing, too, what I did, because something happened to me, okay? A famous content creator broke down one of my videos, right? But they didn't say who I was, okay? And this was a black content creator. And it broke my heart. I was like, why he didn't mention me? So I said, in my own stuff, for now on, when I run somebody's stuff, I'm going to make sure this is where I got it from. This is who I got it from. Shout out to so-and-so. If you hear Take Heed quote anybody words, Take Heed going to say, shout out to so-and-so. That's who said it. We scared to help each other because we don't want the other one to win. You scared to shout out people in your chat because you scared that they might get bigger than you. Or their content might be better than yours. So you scared. I'm not scared. Because for whatever God has for me is for me. Whatever God has for me is for me. It's not for anybody else. Somebody got a business, shot their business out. Y'all scared to do that. You see them share something, share the shit. It come to your stuff, share it. Does it take long to share something? Don't take long to share something. Hit it, boom, share. They say they selling something, boom, share it, boom. It don't take long. But because we're scared that, you know, you're going to get bigger than me. We don't help each other. Not one bit. We don't help each other at all. But what we do is go around shouting at the white people, "You racist!" That's what we do. Shout out the white people. "You racist! Give us homes, give us lands, give us jobs." When you can do it for yourself. When you can do it for yourself. We busy shouting at the white people. Excuse me. We're busy shouting at the white people. Telling them all the stuff that they have done to us, their ancestors, and all the evil things that they have done to us. But guess where the cure is? Guess where the cure of all the stuff that has happened to us is? Guess where the cure is? The cure is us. For us to know we need each other. That's the cure. For us to understand we need our man. Oh no, Common Sense Channel, I know. It's from back home too, I understand. But the difference with us and back home, they not marching talking about they don't need no men. When they still get engaged to be married, They jump around, they scream, they fall out. They so happy that they're getting married. Do you hear what I'm saying? They still get excited. They still want to have children. They still want a king to govern over them. A man with a king mindset. We get up here and say men ain't shit. Men ain't gonna never be shit. Men never was shit. Black women, black men. Only how we survive is with each other. You're not gonna survive with nobody else. We only gonna be able to survive together. And because y'all don't understand that, we'll continue to fail. Because we're blaming everything on white people. Don't get me wrong. I'm not sitting here saying that they are not the cause of a lot of the stuff. But even when our ancestors was full on into the shit, they still knew they needed each other. We have lost that. We have lost that. That's why we sign up for bullshit. Oh, let's go fast against Target. Let's go. What are you doing? Are you calling Yahweh to do something to Target? Are you calling Yahweh to do something to Target? You want to fast against Target. Are you calling Yahweh to do some nonsense to Target? You're fasting for what? You're calling Yahweh to do some nonsense to Target? I hope he don't hear none of y'all prayers. That's nonsense. Lenard, thank you, baby, for the $50 super chat, baby. Thank you. And I was about to say $5 super chat. Thank you, baby, for the $50 super chat. Keep teaching the truth. We need more of you. Not for the money or platform, but truth. Love and caring. Oh, baby, thank you. I appreciate you for that. Because I was about to say $5, honey. I was just about to say $5. Baby, thank you for the $50 super chat, honey. Thank you so much. Thank you, Leonard. I appreciate you, honey. I appreciate you so much. Thank you. But this is the nonsense that we're worried about. We're worried about Target. We're worried about Walmart. We're worried about Amazon for DEI. And this program was never meant for us. They made it saying it was for us, but we were the last person to get it. And y'all out here flipping out. You got Pastor out here, Pastor Carton. Y'all got him out here flipping out, doing something that is foolish for a pastor to do. You go into Target, you load up 2 carts, you get up there, after the young girl had rung you up, you get up there and say, do you know anything about DEI? She says no. He says, well, I'm going to share something with you. DEI disrespected me, and so I can't buy none of this stuff. Pastor Carlton, you're foolish. I don't like to tell men that they're foolish. I don't like to. My king don't like stuff like that. But you foolish. And so my king said you was foolish last night. So I'm calling you foolish. I'm copying what he said. You're foolish. Also, Pastor Jamal Bryant, my king called you foolish and stupid. So I'm calling you foolish and stupid too. Okay? Nonsense. Black men, I want to share something with you. And this is a little nasty. But only how you can ever be accepted is you can't be a man. You can't be a man. That's only how you can be accepted. You cannot be a man. They have taught our women that you cannot accept a man because they have taught our women, tell this man you need him to be feminine. I need you to show your feminine side. Because you want to know why? The powers that be. Now, I know that's nasty. I know it's nasty, Grace. I know it's nasty. Embrace the grace. I know it's nasty, but that's the truth. You can't be men. You can't be. Because we need the black woman to be the man. Oh, wait a minute. Did I go too far? Did I go too far? Did I go too far? I don't know. I don't know. Did I go too far? Black men, you can't be the man. You cannot be the man. Not over here. You can't be the man. You can't be. You got to wear your nails and everything. You got to wear bobos in your hair and stuff. And sometimes you got to wear a dress. You can't be no man. Cause your woman, the black woman is the man. Can't be two men in the household. Okay? Miss Straight Up No Chaser said, yes, you did. You went too far. I know I did. I was trying. Thank you, Jay LaRaw, for the 9-month membership for Take Heed One. I appreciate you. Can't be two kings in the household. Can't be. Cannot be two kings. Black men, you can't be king. You can't be no man. Because your woman is the man. Your woman is out of her design. That's why she can't be obedient. I know that's nasty. I know y'all like this fat bitch. Yes. That's why she can't be obedient. She's out of her design. That's why I couldn't be obedient when I first met my king. Because I was working out of my design. But my king said, let me get you right. Let me get you right. Because this not going to work. Two kings can't reside in the household. One going to have to be the queen. And one going to have to be the king. And I'm going to share something with you. And I'm going to share something with you. If American men decide that they want to be the king, you are a narcissist. You're controlling. Excuse me. You're controlling. If you want to be the king, you're controlling. I need a man that's feminine. He's with his feminine side. Why are we the only blood that got to be said that to? Oh, I need you to be on your feminine side. Why? Why? Black women, only how you love black men is when they in a dress. That's nasty, right? I know y'all like this, bitch. Yes. That's only how you love black men is when they in a dress, in a wig. And they say, that's right, girl. That's right, girl. You don't need him. That's right, girl. That's right, girl. Get your coins. That's only how you love black men. When they in a dress, in a wig. That's only how you love and respect them is when they in a dress and a wig. Because the powers that be designed it that way. A black man can't be a black man. He can't be a man. He can't be a man. You got to be one or two things. You got to be in a dress. Oh, he got to be a boy. You can't be no man. You can't be a man. Because why? The black woman is the man. That's why a lot of y'all come to social media, y'all be crying. Y'all want to know why it's so hard to raise children. You want to know why you got to work all these hours and break your back and your ankles and everything. You want to know why. I'm going to tell you a secret. You're not designed to do that. That's why. That's why it hurts. That's why it hurts. That's why you cry. That's why you become to social media and crying to all of us, you know, because you're not designed to do that. You're designed to work, but not like that. Okay? Not like that. You're not designed to work like a man. Okay? That's why you got so many problems. That's why you feel like that. Because you working out of your purpose. That's nasty. I know I went far. I know I went far. I know I went far. I know I did. I know I went far. Okay? And I'm sorry.
Gold
I'm
is
so
offering
sorry if this message hurts you. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry if this message hurts you. Do you hear what I'm saying? I apologize if this message hurt you. If I went too far. Please forgive me if I went too far. If you like the content, please like and subscribe to the page. Also donate to the page as well. Embrace the grace for the $5 super chat, baby. Thank you. This hurts to hear. Take heed to the message. I love you, Black Kings, baby. Baby. She said, this hurts to hear. Take heed to the message. I love you, Black Kings. My brothers, Grace is right. It does hurt to hear. It does hurt to hear. Because I love my brothers. It does hurt to hear. But it's the truth. You are not loved because you're not in a dress. Because you won't put up with bullshit. Because you will come and stand on business and say, that does not make sense. And this is why a lot of us cannot coexist together, because there's two kings in the house. And one is a fake. And the other one was born a king. Which one y'all think was born a king? Which one y'all think was born a king? So I want to say thank you to Ellis for the $1.99 super chat. She said the raw truth. I want to say thank you once again to Embrace the Grace as well. And also I want to thank Jay Laurent for the 9-month membership for Take Heed 1. I appreciate you, baby. Thank you. Also for Jerry too. Jerry for the $2 super chat. Thank you, my dear. I appreciate you. Okay? So Jerry was included with the music too, baby. Okay? Excuse me. Embrace the Grace said, that song is everything. Yes, it is, honey. Yes, it is. Shout out to the brother who dissected that song. Okay? I think I told y'all his name already. I'm not even sure, but we'll play him again and I'll shout out his name one more time. Now, Tara said men. Yes, it's men. Mm-hmm. Tara said the black man. Yep. Mm-hmm. Listen. My sisters, I want y'all to understand this. You are in the wrong spot. The throne and the crown does not want you. How many times have I said that before? You are not the king. And I'm not talking about all of us, because sometimes you get people here, oh, we all can't be kings and queens. I'm talking about a king mindset. I'm talking about a queen mindset. I didn't say we were royalty. I said a king mindset and a queen mindset. You are working out of your order, your design. That's why it hurts. That's why it hurts. I didn't say you ain't supposed to be doing something with yourself. But that's why you're crying. That's why you're coming to social media. That's why you're having so many children with different men, because you don't know your purpose. I'm not judging. I was like that too. I didn't know my purpose either. It took me till I was in my 20s to understand I was doing something wrong. Most people, most women, black women, don't understand they doing something wrong till they get in my age right now. That they know they messed up. I was able to understand something was wrong in my 20s. Being raised around alpha females, which that's not even a word. Alpha female is not even a word. Just you have masculine traits. Now, I still got them a little bit. You see how you see how I move. I still got them a little bit. But I'm going to share something with you. When my king jump on the scene, the masculine traits run right out the window. I don't even know them no more. Like, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, because he already asserted this is me. He already said to me, this is what you gonna do. This is how it is. This is one thing I love and respect about my husband. It's because when I first met my king, I called myself sitting on the throne and having the crown on my head. And he walked up and said, the throne and the crown does not want you. It belongs to me. It's sad that men got to come out and say that. Like, we supposed to have the common sense to know that the throne and crown does not want you. We supposed to have the common sense, excuse me, the common sense to know. This cold, I'm getting rid of it, but it's still there, you know. The crown and the throne does not want you, but we supposed to have enough common sense to know that it doesn't. But we don't know that. We just sit there and act like we doing that, like we doing something. Until reality sets in and we understand we have fucked up. A lot of y'all, you could tell, when y'all get up here on social media, you give advice. When y'all get up here on social media and you start crying and falling out, talking about you need a man, we know you fucked up. We know. Because you didn't learn when you were young. You're waiting till you as old as take heed, and now you want to know. Now you want to know. I'm going to share something with you. I've been in that same boat with y'all. I've been in that same boat with y'all. If I ain't make that turnaround in my 20s, I've been in the same boat, baby. But I'm not, so I'm happy.
So we want constructive information, all of that constructive information, any constructive information that you have, anything that you think will wind up really helping this non-white person, give it to them immediately. Make a beeline to them deliberately and do it. Those two things will go a long ways. Well, I'll go right straight to the textbook itself. First of all, you ask, what is a friend? Now, it's no way for anybody to be friends in a non-just system. That's just not going to happen. People kick that word friend around just like we kick around a lot of words. Use a lot of words very loosely without having definitions for what we're talking about. It's impossible to have a friend in the system of white supremacy. Why? We're in a non-just system. So you can't have a white friend or a non-white friend. You can't have a friend, period. You just do the best you can in a system that's rotten to the core. It's all rotten. Even though, it has a lot of sweetness to it, artificial sweetener, you might say. The white supremacists know how to do tons of that. They know how to sugarcoat everything, okay? So we get that taste of the sugar, but that's not genuine. It's not genuine. It's not real. You cannot have true friendship in a non-just system, but you just do the best you can to do what? Minimize the harm that you do to people. Try to be as constructive as you possibly can, but you can't have a white friend or a non-white friend in a system that doesn't allow friendship. There's no such thing as friendship in a non-just system. It's just people doing stuff. So the stuff that you do, just try to make it as constructive as you possibly can, knowing full well you can't get it the way that it ought to be. There's no way you can get any kind of relationship the way that it ought to be in a system that's set up to prevent everything from being the way that it ought to be when it comes to interaction between people. It's not going to happen.
Wow.
Trying to pretend that it's happening is just that. Now, we are excellent pretenders because we hurt all the time. So what we do is go around all day pretending. We're pretending that we have friends. The white supremacists do not allow that. Friendship means you have justice. What means, and what does that mean? What we've been repeating in this program all the time. Guaranteeing that no person is mistreated. That's a big order. Guaranteeing that no person is mistreated at no time? You guarantee that? But that's what you got to have if you got justice. And the other part is guaranteeing that everybody who needs constructive help gets it. You got to guarantee that. No half-stepping. No, I'll see about it next week. No, you got to guarantee it right now. That doesn't exist anywhere on the planet. But that's the way it should have been in the beginning.
In the beginning, yes.
Of time. All right? But everything got off track, and the white supremacists have made sure that it stays off track.
Yes.
Because they believe in mistreating people deliberately and dominating people and getting people to mistreat each other. So you don't have this friendship.
Absolutely.
There's no way to get it. Every black person on the planet who has been exposed to white supremacy, and the assumption is every black person on the planet has been, even when they haven't been in contact with white people directly. They've been exposed to the white culture indirectly. White culture is about white supremacy. Now, what does white supremacy do? It teaches people of color that if you are a male, you cannot be a man, period. Not in the system of white supremacy. And you're not going to be treated like a man, ever. Now, you can walk around and think that you're a man, but that's between you and you. Strictly between you and yourself. Because no white person has an obligation, if you're a black male, to treat you like you are a man. And it's logical simply because in the system of white supremacy, it's impossible for a black male to be a man. It doesn't make any difference how old he gets or what he knows or what kind of connections. That can't be done. I just start with myself. I'm not eligible, not qualified to be a man. Why? Because I was born in captivity, that's why. When you're in captivity, when you're a prisoner of war, you are strictly that and nothing else. A prisoner of war. A victim of white supremacy. And you don't have another title. You can give yourselves all kinds of titles, which is why black people love titles. We give ourselves all kinds of titles. We give each other all kinds of titles. Some titles, it's not as bad as it was in the old days. I say bad, if you want to use that word. But some people used to say professor, reverend, most high. I mean, before you ever get to a name, you would have about 40 titles. You know, when somebody introduces you, if you're supposed to be what you call a big shot Negro in the old days. This is not new. This goes way back. That struggle. Oh, I'd just love to be a man. I mean, what can it take? But by this generation, what you call the new millennium, most young black people have looked around. They have looked at the people that came before them, who since the 1960s, the white supremacists have done a rough job on black malehood. First of all, giving them an option that you can continue to be a big boy, or if you really want to get some material benefits, put on some gold slippers and skip around, and grin all the time and all like that, and have a little money in your pocket. Now you can be a black girl if you're a black male. You can be a black girl, but you cannot be a man.
So somebody put in my chat, I just saw something in my chat, said, no sis, some of these black men are children in the mind. Some who need a mother instead of a woman. K. Michelle said it best in a song titled Can't Raise a Man. Listen, it's not our job. She said it's not our job. I never said it was your job. I never said it was your job, but it's our job to choose wisely, right? It's our job to choose wisely who we open up our legs to make babies with, right? It's our job to require marriage before you spread your legs like the Red Sea, am I right? Now, the teacher that you hear in this video, okay, and I said his name earlier, Neely Fuller Jr., okay, and somebody dropped this beautiful gold piece in my lap, and I want to say thank you to Green Beans. He dropped this in my lap this morning, and I everything I wanted to say, it fell out like that, because you have to be careful what you say on social media. And my king said, wow, me and my king was listening to him. My king said, this is amazing. I'm like, yeah, this is what it is. Because the women have been taken out of their role. Because when you choose men that are not of substance, you have been taken out of your role. What happens? If you have a man who doesn't want to work, you have a man that can't provide food and stuff like that. You have a man, now I'm not saying he had done it and then he lost his job. No, we're talking about a man you just started messing with because he looks good. And so you have a man who can't provide, can't cook, can't provide food, can't take care of nobody, okay? And so what happens? The woman has to get out of her role that she's designed to be, and she turns into the king. Excuse me. She turns into the king. This is why it was by design that black men didn't have jobs. Because they needed the black women to be the kings. Oh no, we need them to be over their men. Because once we get in here and we make them over their men, what happens? The children are left out in the open. Because if mama is at work all day, who's watching the kids? Who's teaching the children? No one is teaching the black children. See, all the other races of children are getting that teaching because mama is there. I'm guilty of this too. I'm not saying I'm not. I'm guilty of this same thing too. When you got to go out and work 120 hours a week, when you got to go out there and make that money, and the kids, you know what I'm saying? And I was a baby mama, so child, when you doing everything on your own because you're working out of your design. And the only problem that you did and that caused this chain reaction, my sister, was that you opened up your legs. You parted the Red Sea for the wrong man. That's when it's our problem. Because you're opening your legs for the wrong man. This is when the problem comes. Because now you got to turn into the man. You got to turn into the man. When you open your legs for the wrong man, you got to turn into the man. And it didn't just happen to Take Heed. It happened to a whole bunch of black women. That's why we 80% baby mamas. Because we opened our legs for the wrong men. You fell in love with the wrong man. But guess what? Tyson was sniffing under you. He was the right man. He was ready. But you didn't like Tyson because Tyson was, y'all like to label them a narcissist. Tyson was a narcissist, okay? Oh, Tyson is too controlling, okay? Tyson is, he's a no-nonsense man. He don't like to party like that. He go home and he go to work, and he go home and he go to work, and then on church on Sunday, he go to church Sunday. You don't like that one. You don't like that one. Tyson is not who you like. But LaShawn look good. LaShawn is out here on the corner. He's, selling pharmacy products and stuff, and he got the pants baggy down, and he got, that smooth haircut with the bandana, you know what I'm saying? And he looking good and everything. And he got fast money. LaShawn is who you like. But LaShawn got like 3 other baby mamas already. But you put in your mind, I'm going to change LaShawn. I'm going to change him. He going to take care of me and my baby. He going to be with me. Just like the other 3 baby mamas thought so too. The other 3 thought the same thing that you thought. Okay. Sister 1973, I didn't even know you was in here. How are you, hon? I hope I greeted you. Well, I'm greeting you now. How you doing, sweetie? It's good to see you. This is the problem that we cause. When we don't check out this person, when you just open your legs because he looks good to you. And so we're bringing in babies that are raised without their fathers. We're punishing these babies. Somebody said Tyson is corny. Tyson is corny. And this is the thing. This message is not to offend anybody. If you're taking offense to what I'm saying, then there's something wrong with you. This message is not meant for anybody directly. If it hurts, I always tell people something. If it hurts, then it's you. The message is for you. If it hurts, the message is for you. If you got to get in here and be defensive and it hurts, the message is for you. Because there's sometimes I sit and people chat and the message be hard. It hit hard. It hit hard. And I got to sit there and take it because the message is for me. It hurts because it's for me. When a message hurts, it's for you. That means it's for you. It's a lesson. See, it's good to get under somebody where if the message hurt, then I'm talking to you. My first year of doing content, I remember there was a woman that me and her used to battle all the time. and my YouTube page, right? She still follow me today, but she says to me, take heed. The stuff that you say what a wife's supposed to do for her husband. The things that you say that a wife is supposed to do for her husband. I ain't been doing that. She said, that's why I always argue with you about the message, because it hurt. I said, I already know. I said, but you're not the only one. Sometimes I go to people content and the message hit me right in my chest. I know it's for me. The message was meant for me. When it hurts, it's meant for you. And instead of you getting upset and screaming and this and that in the chat, it's good to just listen. The message is for you. Because just because you got children by the same daddy, is that your husband? That's the big question. We have to give these children fathers that are there 24/7. We have to give these children that are fathers in the home so the children can get the right upbringing. I'm only telling you because I was a baby mama. I know how hard it was. And I know how my oldest son, who was 30 years old, said to me, Mama, you failed me. My siblings have a father that was with them from birth. But you failed me, Mama. I wanted my daddy to live with me. But Mama, what did you go and do? You had to go be baby mama number 2. Because why? Because he said, I can change him. Yeah, no, this is the bullshit that you said. I can change him. Excuse me. That's the bullshit that you said. Okay? Now here we go. Somebody else in here saying, it's not just black women, it's many women. Of course we know it's many women. But I'm black, so I'm talking to my sisters. Okay? We know it's many women. But I'm black, so I'm talking to black women. Because when you talk about other races, they're not 80% baby mamas. We are. That's nasty, ain't it? We are 80% baby mamas. They're not. We always like to get in here and say, well, other races is like that. So it's the person who giving the messages I'm talking to my people. I'm talking to black women who look like me. Women who got big lips, big nose, big cheekbones. I'm talking to you. We ain't got to be the same chocolate brown skin. You could be a light-skinned sister. But we all have the same features, that strong cheekbones. We all got it, the nose, the mouth, all of us got it. Those hips that ride from side to side, that breast that is abundantly, and some is not. Some got that backside that's abundant. Some got those hips that's abundant. But we still the same. You my sister. I'm talking to you. We don't know if we need our brothers. That's our problem. So we get in here and have children without him. Why did I say without him? Why did I say that? Why did I say we get out here and we have children without him? Wanna know why I said that? Wanna know why I said that? Because some of us are having babies with Pookie and Rere, with jesters. You know what a jester is? A clown and a fool. We're sitting out here giving a jester a bloodline which he does not deserve. And the ones with the true king mindset, this is the one that his bloodline doesn't continue. His bloodline doesn't continue because why? His bloodline doesn't continue because why? Because y'all don't want him. You don't want them. You rather have Pookie and Rere children because Pookie and Rere can't hold you accountable. Pookie and Rere can't govern over you. Pookie and Rere can't tell you where the money go. Pookie and Rere can't tell you how to take care of children. Pookie and Rere can't get up there and demand nothing. Because why? You the king. But when you come across a man with a true king mindset, you can't trick him like you can trick Pookie and Rere. You can't. He's not going to let you. He's not going to let you. He going to tell you what it is and what it is not. And he's going to stand on business. Some of y'all always like to get in here and say, I want a man of God. Some of y'all say that. I want a man of God. You don't even know what that entails. I want a man of God. Some of y'all will get in here and y'all will say, your husband is supposed to love you as Christ loved the church. Christ was an astute type of man. He wasn't one of those men that did nonsense. He was astute. That's what they said. He was an astute type of man. So that means the church wasn't doing nonsense. That means if he saw the church doing nonsense, he said something to the church. Just like if you have a man that corrects you when you're doing nonsense, he's doing the right thing. Just like if you have a man that you going out booty butt naked with your friends and he snatch you from the door and say, that's not what you're wearing. That's a man of God. That's a man of God right there. If he get in here and tell you you're not going to be hanging out with your friends till like 2, 3 o'clock in the morning drinking, that's a man of God. Ain't that nasty? That's nasty, right? If he get in here and tell you this is what you're going to do and this is not what you're going to do, he give you boundaries. He tell you what to do. That's a man of God. Some of y'all get in here and be like, I want a man of God. You don't know what that means. Some of y'all don't know what that means. Okay? We're not talking about this fake man of God that's all around here now. Okay? Because if we're going biblically, y'all said that, y'all get in here and y'all quote and y'all get in here and say that the husband is supposed to love his wife as Christ loved the church. Do you think Christ let the church do nonsense? I'll answer that for you. He didn't. He didn't let him. He didn't let him do nonsense. You couldn't come to him with nonsense. You could not. So when some of y'all say, I want a man of God, you got to understand what that means. Yahweh's son is not going to let you do everything you want to do. His sons are not, when you marry one of his sons, he's not going to let you do what you want to do. It will not be, I'm going, on a girl's trip. It won't be that. It won't be that. You won't be doing that. Okay? You won't be doing none of that. I'm going out half naked, got the breasts and booty hanging out, and I'm grown. You won't be doing that. You won't be doing that. That's a man of God. When you get in here screaming and cursing and all that other stuff, and he tell you, stop. That's a man of God. When he tell you, close your mouth, that's a man of God. I know y'all like, what the, take heed is crazy. Yes, that's a man of God. When he say, let's go, this place look like something wrong with this place. Let's go. I sees like it look dangerous. He say, let's go. And he telling you, let's go. I don't care if you're talking to your friends or not. Let's go. That's a man of God. That's a man of God. I know y'all like, take heed. Wait a minute. No, that's a man of God. A man of God is, Christ was a stewed. He was a stewed type of man. That's how they like to phrase him. He was an astute. A man of God is a no-nonsense man. You can't tell him foolishness and he believe you. It's nasty, right? Nasty, but it's true. It's true. It's true. Okay? It's true. I know, and it's nasty. I know y'all like, this fat bitch. Yes. Yes, a man of God is a problem. But y'all get in here and say you want one. He's a problem. You know what you want? This is what you want. You want a man that's feminine. Okay? He don't mind painting his nails sometimes. Okay? He don't mind putting on your panties and stuff, You want a man that, you don't mind, he don't mind wearing a dress, And you want a man that you don't mind him, you don't mind him putting on your wig. But then you turn around and you say, I want him to be a man of God. He can't be a man of God doing all that. He can't be. He can't be a man of God doing all that. Okay? He can't be. He can't be. But I don't know how y'all bring all that into one. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh no, and also I need you to be a man of God. How can he be a man of God? He wearing a dress. How can he be a man of God if he got nails on? How can he be a man of God if he putting your wig on? How can he be a man of God and he listens to you tell him what to do? How can he be a man of God? It sounds like you just want, you want a son. You want to be able to tell him what to do. That's what it sounds like. Thank you for coming in. I appreciate y'all. Thank you to everybody who donated to the channel. I appreciate y'all. If you want to shop with us, our family business is called ubandrexfashion.com. The links are in my bio. So it's Mercari, POSHMARK, and eBay. Yeah. Okay. Also, I sell merch. Scroll to the top of the page, you will see shop or store. Go in there, check it out. See if they got hoodies, shirts, mugs, water bottles, baby clothes, all that good stuff they got in here. Sister 1973 says, Corinthians 6:14, be ye not unequally yoked together with an unbeliever. For what fellowships hath righteousness with unrighteousness? And what communion hath light with darkness? What communion have light with darkness? So communion does not have light with darkness. They don't commune together. Sister 1973, I don't quote King James Version correctly, but I appreciate you though. I appreciate you, baby. Sister 1973 said, love you, lady, love your family, and I love you too, my sister. I love you too. Green Bean said, don't get ye husband nerve for today. Now listen, I'm not. I gotta go cook. That's why I'm getting off. Okay? I already done did the ribs already. I got to get everything else together. Because I like to make sure my husband got a warm meal when he get in here. Because my husband, this is the man that I prayed for, that I said, 18 years ago. Well, about maybe 20-something years ago. I said to God, I said, Yahweh, send me a good baby father. That was the prayer. Okay? I said, Yahweh, send me a good baby father. That was the prayer. Can you imagine? That was the prayer. Yahweh said, no, I'm going to send you something better. But I'm going to send you a teacher. So when my king tell me do something, okay, I'm obedient. Yes. I know it took some work. It took 2 years. First 2 years of our marriage, it took some work. But I'm still there. I want to stay right there. In that obedient zone, right there. Because my king is a whole problem, but he's a nice man. He's a nice man. But he's a whole problem if you don't do what he tell you to do. Now, I ain't saying my king lay hands on me. He ain't never touched me. Unless I'm, we doing, yeah, you know what I'm saying. Okay. Now, I gotta go because I gotta cook. Okay. Everybody who came and donated to the channel, I appreciate y'all. Everybody who showed me love and hit that like and subscribe button, you hear me? Thank you, baby. Okay. Green Bean said, nah, hell, you did not. Listen, Green Beans, don't start no trouble with me now. Skeleton said, freaks, listen, it is what it is. Scorpio gang. All right. Now, I gotta go. Much love to you all. Y'all take it easy. Thank you to everybody who came this morning. I know it was a little heavy. Okay. The real team, Becca. I hope I said your name. Right. We're going to just say the real team. I'm going to break your name up. How are you, baby? How you doing? Thank you for coming, honey. Everybody, listen, y'all. I know it was heavy. That's why we're going to have to cut it. Because I know it was heavy for me and you today. Okay. But sometimes, you got to get in here and you got to say some stuff that's behind the curtain. We can't always talk about the smoke and mirrors, baby. Everybody have a wonderful day. The team, the real team, thank you, babe, said, I enjoyed you today. Thank you, baby. I enjoyed you coming today. I appreciate you. Where my deposit? I'm coming with it. I'm coming with it, honey. I'm coming with it. Everybody have a wonderful day. After this song, we're done, okay? Love you guys, and God willing, I'll see y'all tomorrow, okay? I'll see y'all tomorrow. Stop paying attention to the smoke and mirrors. Look at what is behind the curtain. Look at what we need. Look at what we have always needed, and it is each other. It is each other. Stop subscribing to women that get out here and tell you you do not need your brother. They only preach that nonsense to us, not nobody else. Stop loving your brother when he wear a dress. Do you hear me? You only love your brother when he wearing a dress and a wig and nails. You gotta love your brother that is the astute man. That is the no-nonsense man. That is the man that is a man. Take heed to the message, everybody. Have a wonderful day, y'all.